All right, home team. Welcome to another episode of Elevated and Chill.
Woohoo!
I'm your host, CJ, and I'm here with my co-host, Dougie Fresh. Dougie, what's going on? How's everything?
Things are going well, man. Everything is going great. Excited for another session today and to kick off a couple of cool topics we have on the agenda to dig into. But yeah, life updates. Everything is going well. Last weekend was Father's Day,
It
so
was Father's
that was
Day.
really fun. My first Father's Day. Shout out to Dylan and
Yeah.
Ayana for pulling together a really cool little gift and everything. We ended up going to see How to Train a Dragon and live action, and Jan was able to
Okay.
find was able to do like a Groupon with the Regal we had down the street, and we were able to be in the theater by ourselves. It was just the three of us, which was really cool.
That's
And
dope.
then we went to one of my favorite food spots, Novecento, for some break oven pizza right over here in Shrub Oak. So that was fire as well. It was a really good weekend and got to hang out. And then we actually saw my dad earlier in the week, and we're going to see her dad later this weekend. So it should be a really good time. I'm excited to see our fathers too. But it was a good first Father's Day, and Dylan and Ayana killed it. So they have to live up to that next year now. Now that's the
That's the
pinnacle, right?
standard.
Like that's the
That's the
standard. You got to
standard.
hit it. So
Yeah.
that's good. We're out looking around for townhouses. We're trying to figure out what our next steps and moves are going to be. Hopefully, we'll be able to put in an offer and find either a townhouse or a condo that we want to move into. So some exciting updates on that front. And then, work is just work. Life is lifing. But other than that, it's been a really exciting week since we last connected and we had a last session.
Mm,
What about you, man?
mm.
What's going on your front?
Well, first of all, I'm glad Father's Day was great. First Father's Day in the book. So I'm glad you got to enjoy it. Everything is fine. Copacetic. Just work, same shit, different day. Um, I did plan my Amsterdam trip, so that's locked and loaded, ready to go. In terms of the airfare and stuff like that, so we just gotta get the hotel and or Airbnb or whatever. So
Nice.
we're rocking and rolling.
Do you guys have like an
Uh,
itinerary on where like what you're gonna be doing, or is it kind of just get over there and see what
yeah.
happens?
So when we're over there, it's gonna be Oktoberfest, so we're definitely gonna be doing Oktoberfest. And then um, we're actually swapped out Belgium for Prague, so we're
Oh,
gonna be in
nice.
Prague. It just makes sense because like it's goes Munich, Prague, and then Berlin, Frankfurt, and then Trudeau back to Amsterdam. So yeah, I'm just excited to get out the, see the European life. So flight
Are
is
you
booked,
guys gonna
ready
do
to
any
go.
backpacking, or is it gonna be like you're traveling through train, like by train, or what is
Train,
the nice? Yeah,
train,
I
yeah,
was gonna say
go train,
that's gonna be the easiest and probably the most
yeah,
cost effective outside of
yeah.
like doing trying to do Airbnbs and stuff like that. So
So yeah, so all that is good to go.
in the hopper
And
at the end of the
yeah,
summer, ready to rock.
ready to rock. But other than that, I mean, I just been keeping up with these NBA games, these NBA finals. That's it.
Dude, this is
That's
wild.
been
It's been
a
a wild ride. That's for sure. I think like statistically as well as just like viewership, I think that that's down a little bit, but like overarchingly, like this finals is definitely one of those good ones in the book. Like I feel like both teams are young, they're hungry, they want to win. It's been that back and forth, like let's win on home court type of thing. So like now
yeah.
that it's game 7, I have no idea what's gonna happen later at the end of the week. And anything could happen. What do you think? What's your thoughts on this series? Like the give and pull. Like it feels like the Stars have been really good at home, but not really good away, and
Away.
it's just been weird. Like and then Halliburton got hurt, and I wasn't sure if he was gonna play in Game 6. Like then he came out and he wasn't looking as good in the first half.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's your thoughts?
I think this has been a very up and down uh finals, and I think it's more so relying on who your bench is, like who you have in your depth chart. Because like you got players like Obi Toppin looking like he's a six man of the year contestant. TJ
Averaging like
McConnell.
20 points or whatever, or
Yeah,
18
it's
points or some shit.
ridiculous. TJ McConnell was coming out. You got guys like
Yeah, but
Thomas
that man's
Bryant.
always been a dog, though. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like
he's a
TJ
dog.
McConnell is a dog.
Thomas Bryant, I mean, he's coming out the woodwork doing whatever he do. I mean, the OKC has a bunch of young talent too that they're just coming out. I think Isaiah Joe and did not
They got
Jalen
Wiggins'
Williams.
brother, too, right?
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of like depth that's being shown in these finals, and it just shows that you need depth to actually make it to the finals.
Well, just imagine
Um,
if the finals were Denver and the Knicks, both
yeah,
teams with no fucking bench at all. Like you'd be like
yeah,
pushing your stars to the end of the
yeah,
timeline at that point, getting into June and being you don't even know where they'd be at that point. You know?
exactly. So yeah, I think this finals has been exciting. Like I think we never thought this from two small markets, but it just shows that like it doesn't matter about the markets. It's just more so what are you doing on the court and how are you competing on the court and stuff like that. So,
I
um,
I think
definitely
it
very
will.
exciting.
I think it will change the perspective of what teams do going into next season. Now, you
Yeah,
know damn well people are going to be wanting to push for playing, you know, 11, 12 players instead of only 8 or 9 players that they currently do during the regular season. Like you need a bench to get
yeah.
over the hump, and that is what has shown. Like, you know, Shea can be that MVP all you want, but it's everybody else is doing
Takes
something
a yeah, takes a
to
group
bring it
effort.
together. You know.
I mean, I think necessarily on a team. I mean, it's good to have 12. It's good to be 12 deep, but I really think like if you have like nine guys that you could just throw out there and constantly throw in rotation, because realistically, you're really not going to play 12 players, to be honest, But having those nine players for sure that that are reliable, they know their role, they can get out there and do their job is very key in actually obtaining a title. And I think we're seeing that this is being showcased in this finals right now for sure.
But I think it's totally different. Like, right, the last 4, 5, 6 finals that you've watched, both teams usually have a couple of superstars. These
Yeah.
teams have one superstar each, and a couple of really great players that are on their way up, like a Jalen Williams, but his consistency isn't perfect. And like on the Pacer side, you have Nimhard and Neesmith. You have a couple of guys that are on their way up that you'd say are all stars maybe or close to that point, but nobody has like a big three. Like that was
Yeah.
what you needed to win. Like I owe it now. When I look at this finals, I'm gonna put it in that same category as the Dallas Mavericks and Miami Heat finals when they won in 2011 or whatever. When Dallas only really had Dirk, like they had an
Yeah.
older Jason Kidd. Like there was like
Sean
a
Marion,
yeah, a
Jason
mix
Terry.
of just like a bunch of dudes that would come off the bench and just be dog for you, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
You
know. I think
know,
that it definitely showcases that there is a need to make sure your bench is right and to put money into it and not to just overpay at the top of the line for some of these guys, right?
I mean, like, it works in some scenarios, where like you're a star-studded team, but historically speaking, it's definitely has been just not functional of when you get a just when you go by the name and not how are they gonna fit into the team and the organization. And like last year, like I think this year we kind of thought the Thunder were gonna like be like the clear cut winners, but then like we're seeing it otherwise, where it's like kind of going back and forth. Versus last year, everybody knew the Celtics were gonna win. It was like a no brainer because they were just overloaded with just talent. They had Tatum, they had Brown, they had Porzingis, they had Pritchard, and all these players. So they were like the clear cut favorite. So yeah, man. Listen, your bench matters. And I think that's literally being highlighted now. So to your point, hopefully moving forward, uh, owners, GMs will start looking more towards getting a bench.
I think the other thing that owner or would you say owners or governors now, whatever they
GMs.
GMs, like basically I think that they're going to look at a couple of things. One, obviously the bench, like we talked about, but two is going to be the pace of play and the difference between what ISO ball used to be and what ISO ball is now, right? Like there is an opportunity where a lot of the teams start to take because the NBA is a copycat league, dude.
Yeah,
When the Warriors all of a sudden took off and they were shooting threes from every fucking where, and the Splash Brothers were the big. Now everybody shoots threes from everywhere, and you have to have at least a 3 and D guy or two or three of those guys
yeah,
to win, right? Where I think pace of play is going to be huge. The Pacers have shifted the way that works, stopping that half court defense, not allowing the teams to get into their defense to hold them down is wild. I think that more teams will definitely do that. And then on the opposite side, the Thunder is doing that, but then they pick when they need to do ISO. You know, like, okay, we're down 4 points and we need
we need
Shea to
to
make something happen right now.
right now. Yeah,
Something is not going to, we're not going to be able to stretch any more of the minutes. That's when it's happening, not when it's 10 minutes left in the second quarter and James Harden is taking the ball on his own the whole time. Like that's not going to win you games, but you do need to be consistent with pace of play, and that is what the Pacers do. Like their pace of play is wild. I
yeah,
when I was watching the Knicks series, and every game, if the Knicks didn't lock them down with like half court defense, they blew them out of the water with points off of turnovers and then fast break points.
yeah,
Like wild. So I think a couple of key things for other teams around the league, especially young teams like the Spurs that are coming up, Memphis, like some of these other teams that can really take the culture as well as the coaching perspective and push it to the needle to get more wins should look at what's going on here and say we need a bench. We need to make sure that pace of play is a thing, and we need to make sure that we do all like get all these things together to be able to win, right?
yeah. So what are your predictions for Game 7? Not a, it's the final game. Listen, 3-3 got it's a must win for both teams.
I do think the Thunder will win. I
Yeah,
don't think that it's going to be by a large margin at all. It might be by a shot at the end or maybe 2 or 3 points, but I do think they will win. They have one of the best records at home. They are a very tough team to beat when their crowd is on their back. But to be honest with you, the Pacers have one of the most clutch players in this entire playoffs throughout this whole year. I don't know. Like if it comes down to the score is tied and Halliburton has the ball and they get the last shot, if I'm the Thunder, I'm running out of the arena because I think it's over at that point. If it comes down to the last couple of seconds, 10, 12, 15 seconds, and the shot clock is theirs and Tyrese Halliburton has the ball, I bet you the Pacers will win.
hmm.
So, but I don't think they will get to that point. I think the Thunder will do the things that they need to do. I don't think they're going to win by a large margin. They're not going to come out and stomp the shit out of them and win by 30 like how the Pacers just did in game 6. That's not going to happen. I just don't feel that. But they
Mhm.
will win by like maybe 4 or 5 points. But if it comes down to tight, I wouldn't doubt that you might see Shea freeze and all of a sudden Halliburton
Halliburton.
pull up and win it because he's done it in every series
Yeah,
so far. And those games that he's won to get has gotten them to the next level, right?
yeah,
Those have all been critical
yeah.
moments, every single one of them. So, what do you think?
I'm just gonna continue my route of being a Pacer hater and just be like, yeah, nah. I think the Thunder are gonna close this out. I
I
think
mean, I
Jalen
don't
Williams.
want the Pacers to win. Definitely
I
not.
think I think Jalen Williams is gonna have another substantial game like Game 5 where he dropped 40. I'm not saying that he will drop 40, but he might. If him Shea and Chet can get the ball rolling, I think I think I think they could do some come out guns blazing. I think they could seal this deal. I wanna say it's gonna be a blowout, but that's really being very much overarching. Um, but I'm gonna put some fire under the Thunder's ass, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win by 10.
If they don't win, it is a catastrophic
This
ending
is
to the worst feeling probably ever. Being a 68 win team, statistically and historically, they were one of the best teams like almost ever, like throughout the regular season. This is
yeah.
that you drop the ball in this last game. I don't see them coming back, and I bet you that they will blow up the team. They'll change. They'll try to change it. They will
Uh
if they don't win.
yeah, they gotta win, man. They gotta win. They for sure
And
gotta
he
win.
can't just not show up. Like you're the number 2 guy. Where were you in game 6? Like it was like you fucking put a hoodie on and chilled in the back of the locker room. Like
Yeah, but in
where
reality,
was he?
we're all right. So all right. We're talking about Halliburton, and he's clutch, and he has hitting, clutch shots. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like, you know, a lot of it too is just like, like if if you're playing the way you're supposed to play as a superstar, your team wouldn't be in that position to actually, so you have be relying on you to make the game winning shot. And
Yep.
granted, you're hitting it, but when you have 0 points in the first half of an NBA Finals
I
game,
don't think he made a field goal in
that's
game 5.
that's very alarming for me as a GM. And this is supposed to be my star player. Like it's like kind of like, all right, yeah, you've been hitting these game-winning shots, but what about all these other games that
You never show up.
you never show up at? It's like, does it cancel out? I don't think so. Like, it's not like he had one bad game and then he hit the game winner. That will cancel out. So I'm with you. Like, he's been going on a clutch spree. Like, he's hit a game winner every series, and it has been a pivotal shift. But at the same time, if you actually show up to the game, you wouldn't be probably be put in this position to win for a game 7 or a game for you to hit a game time shot. You know what
But
I
do you
mean? So
consider him a Batman? Like is he a Batman
no,
at all?
I just think, look, like there's certain players in the NBA that have that Batman mentality, and I think it's one is LeBron, two Steph Curry, three Giannis, four Jokic, and honestly, I think that may I want to say this the fifth one's gonna be very um what you call it it's gonna be
Controversial.
very controversial, but probably Jimmy. I would say Batman and Jimmy is more of a Robin, but I think he could play the Batman role. But if I really had to pick out like four, like at least five, I would probably say those five.
And Luca is not on that list
All right, I'll put Luka on that list. Luka's on
because
that
Luca
list.
is
Yeah.
definitely a Batman.
Yeah, Luka's a bad man. Yeah. Even
Like
LeBron said it.
look
LeBron
what
said, "You come."
look
Yeah,
what he did last finals where he or last playoffs where he literally there was one stat that
no,
I saw
yeah,
earlier
no,
that
yeah,
he
no.
he led the whole playoffs in every statistical
The
category
only, the only knock I would get against Luke. I mean, honestly,
because he can't
LeBron does
play
the same
defense.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah, but
he can't
LeBron
play.
doesn't play defense now when we're 40. Not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
remember LeBron in
yeah,
Miami,
yeah.
they won because
Well, I
he
was
was
at
playing defense.
yeah, I would say Luka's up there too. But the only knock against him would be that he doesn't play defense. But if just pure will of getting your team and like being that guy, yeah, he's definitely, yeah. I give Luka the nod on that for sure,
Well,
100%.
you have to have a number one guy.
You got
Pacers,
him.
I don't really
How?
think they have a number one guy. Like
No, they
Halliburton,
don't.
yes, it's your guy, but that's because
But
everybody is
is he
saying
really
it.
your
But
guy?
is he the guy that you want? Because last year he didn't play like this at all. Like he was
Oh,
not clutch in any capacity. They got swept by the Celtics when they should have won game one easily. And I think
yes.
he was the reason why they lost game one because he fouled fucking Jaylen Brown or whatever it
Yeah.
was. Then he got hurt. Yes, he's clutch. Yes, he's had a great run, but you can't go from having an historical run to the worst game in playoff NBA history. You didn't even score a one basket. You didn't have a
Listen,
field goal, bro. You should not even be able to get paid for that
and
game
people,
if
and
you don't
people,
have
I
a
mean,
field goal.
and people are comparing this to Dirk's run, and I think no. I think Dirk's run was like literally amazing because he knocked off Kobe, he knocked off Kevin Durant, he knocked off LeBron, and I don't know either in the first round he knocked off, if I'm not mistaken, probably Brandon Roy in that team
Yep.
in Portland.
Yep.
So yeah, like that run was absolutely amazing. And like, don't get me wrong, like Halliburton has hit shots, but let's not disrespect Dirk like this. You know what I mean? So, um, home team, let us know who you got game seven. Let us know what you guys think of the finals so far. Uh, Kind of sticking on the theme of game sevens. A chilling ass question. What are some notable game sevens in NBA Finals history?
Hmm. I don't know. What's yours?
Well, you got to put 2016 up there. That's like
Yeah.
you got to put 2016 up there. That's like
That Kyrie Irving shot was the reason why they won.
yeah,
I think.
for
And, well,
sure.
I mean, LeBron doing the block too, as well as like
Yeah,
change the whole game. But like that shot was the reason why they won. Was the Ray Allen shot? Is that a game seven or no? That wasn't a game seven.
that was game six, but that series went game seven.
That's pretty notable.
Yeah.
Definitely not a game. Obviously not a game seven. What do you
I,
have? What do
I,
you got
I
for
would
it?
I would probably say Boston Celtics in the 80s. I don't know. I can't probably I think it was 85, maybe 85. That Magic, hold on, notable game sevens NBA. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Who has the best game seven? So 19 games have gone to game seven in the NBA finals. So yeah, I was gonna say this one right here. This 84 Celtics versus Lakers. Celtics won 111 to 102. And I think and then the 88 one, that was a pretty good one too. The Lakers versus the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know the Rockets and the Knicks went game seven. I kind of thought the Rockets did like a lot of damage during those two championships. That's kind of very much odd. But if I had to really pinpoint one, I think the best game seven is to 2016.
It's gotta be, dude. That it's gotta be. Also, that
Like
they were down 3-1, and they came all the way back and won.
against a 73-9 team, and nobody, that's like history in itself.
Nobody ever thought that was happening. What is the percentage of once you're down 3-1? In a it's like 80 something, 88%
It's like,
chance
well,
you're gonna
now,
win it.
yeah, it's like one in, well, I think it was like one in, like, I think it's like zero and like 50 something. But now LeBron adds that one.
And like what is the chances that they win four consecutive games in a row, basically, right? Or no, three
Yeah,
three consecutive games in a row.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I think if anything, that's literally probably the best game seven of all time. There's no, I
well,
don't,
the other one is the Spurs and the Heat, and it's him again. It's LeBron again.
and
Is
like
the
the knock
second
against,
top one.
I guess we're going in this thing like, oh, Jordan never gave up a game six, but at the same time, it's like I don't know, like he put it on a performance in both games. To be honest,
So that's
that's a,
that's the argument is that Jordan never had to get to a game seven, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's always been the argument. Jordan's 6-0 in the finals, and he's never gotten to a game seven. He's never allowed a game seven, which is pretty impressive, by the way. I'm not gonna sit here and
But
say that's not
when did rings really become like a big thing for the NBA? Like obviously rings are huge for the NFL. Like I feel like when you talk about somebody winning multiple rings, like or
well,
whatever, or even Tom Brady, right? Like he's the
yeah,
GOAT because he's won 7 rings, not because
yeah,
his stats are good, because his stats are not nearly as good as some of the other
yeah,
quarterbacks that have gone down in history, right?
yeah. Well, I think in terms of ring culture, I think it's always been there in the NBA. Like I don't know, like if you ever watch an interview with Shaq, Shaq talks about like how Kareem criticized him, and Kareem was like, "Oh, but you know, can he ever get it done?" You know what I
Mm,
mean?
hmm
So it's always been like the underlining thing, and that's the thing with Jordan. Like Jordan is the greatest, or quote unquote, the greatest winner because he's 6-0 in the finals. He's never won a. He's never had a game seven, and that's like the stand. Like this is what you do. This is what you play when you get into the NBA or you play a sport. This is what you do it for: is to win a championship and to be at a consistent level. So I kind of
But
feel like it's
nobody
always
talks about the 5 or 6 or 7 runs that he did that went nowhere, and he got bounced in multiple rounds.
well because he's 6-0. That's it. And that's the thing I bring up. I
But I
bring
guess
up
at the end of the day, it's like okay, LeBron is gotten 10 appearances in the
yeah,
finals. That's fucking
yeah.
wild, bro.
Well.
Because
Now the thing is,
you only won 4 of them, so like it doesn't matter at
that's the
all.
thing. It's like, if you really look at the teams that he took to the finals, it's let's really be real. He had no business being in the 2018 finals. Like
No,
I was hoping the Celtics would fucking destroy him in the fucking Eastern Conference Finals. I didn't want him in the finals. I did not want him in the finals. 2017, maybe, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like certain finals, I feel like he should not have been in. And that one is the 2018 one where he got swept by the Warriors. And that's another thing. Jordan never got swept,
but he
but he's
also
got,
willed them past the Celtics, and Celtics took them to Game 7
yeah, I
at
mean,
home.
it
Celtics
depends on who
should
you,
have won that game.
yeah, I mean, it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a severe Jordan fan, they're always going to be like Jordan, 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 Jordan. You know what I mean?
But here's another
Uh,
crazy thing is that Steph Curry's got 4 rings too. What if he comes back with a lightning great team next year and they win? He then has 5 rings. Does he become part of the GOAT conversation?
but
Because my
I
man
mean,
also changed the history of basketball
low key when Steph
as
got
the
his
greatest
fourth ring.
shooter ever.
When Steph got his fourth ring, I was like, all right, like even though I'm a Steph hater,
And that team had no
I
fucking
gotta,
business winning that.
I
They should
gotta,
not
I
have
gotta,
won that finals in
yeah.
2022.
Well, the thing is that Tatum wasn't doing nothing. They figured out Tatum, and he wasn't doing nothing at all. He did not operate the way he was supposed to. And even Draymond Green said it, and the whole Warriors said it. So that was to me like a fucking a toss up to them. Like they were just like, oh wow, like we got him figured out. Boom, done, easy. Tag him up, done.
I don't know,
But
but you got to keep his name on the radar because if he wins again
no,
and
Steph
he's
is
38,
Steph. Maybe not to depending on who you see to. Like for me personally, he's definitely in the top five. How can he not be in the top five? Dude changed
top
the
five
NBA
greatest player of all time, you're
of all
saying.
time. Yes, top five greatest player of all time. I mean, if you really think about it, he changed the NBA. He literally changed the NBA. And I'm a Steph hater. I'm a chronic Steph hater. But I got to give props where props to do. You know what I mean? And he got 4 rings. He holds the record, most 3 pointers in the NBA history. Like you gotta, and he's done it. And he's done it when he did this. When he did this, he done it.
He put the
When he did,
Celtics to sleep and they had no business. Celtics should have beat the crap out of them in
yo, and
that
honestly,
finals.
and this is probably should be added to his legacy as well. Steph Curry had literally the greatest 3 minutes in basketball history in the Olympics. I've never seen nothing like that at all in my life. That was literally a
Other than Kevin
masterclass.
Durant, though.
KD.
KD is the leading scorer in international basketball.
Well, I'm talking about like that, like
That
those three
little
minutes of
tiny.
that. Though I mean, obviously, KD's what KD has done internationally and whatever, and even in the NBA, whatever. But those 3 minutes of basketball that Steph Curry did was, and especially coming from that, he Steph Curry was struggling. All of a sudden, drops 36, then does that. I was like, yo, this guy is absolutely unreal,
And he could have missed
unfucking
from
real.
anywhere, like 40 feet behind the
Just
3 point line.
chucking it up. Two people on me, I'm gonna chuck it up,
There
and
was one
LeBron and
time
K.
Durant is wide open and
Oh,
three people press him, and
and
he fucking
Yo, and that was another thing too. It's just like in that play, it was like LeBron and KD literally deferred to Steph. Like only he could take that shot. Like it's like I saw him take that shot, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." And guess what? Because it's Steph fucking Curry.
Well,
Look,
speaking about LeBron and notable game sevens, home team, let us know what you think about your favorite notable game seven or what's on the
yeah,
radar for you all. But to switch gears super quickly, everybody probably saw this.
yep,
The Lakers have new ownership.
they do.
LeBron has somebody else he has to talk to
Answer to.
about his roster, as he would say.
Well,
What
let's
is
first.
happening with this, bro?
Well. Let's first start off and say shout out to the Buss family. They gave the Lakers, historical family. They gave the Lakers 11 championships. That's fucking incredible. Obviously, rest in peace to Jerry Buss and the family and stuff like that. They've done a remarkable job. But yeah, now they got new ownership.
I guess you're not turning down 10 billion. If somebody writes you a check for 10 billion, you're not turning it down.
Oh hell no, 10 billion? Hell no. Go
Well,
ahead.
I
Like
was what? Why is Jeannie Buss selling the team? Like, why does she want to get rid of the majority share? Well, $10 billion dollars. Here you go.
money talks. When you get a nice little here, I'll give you $10 billion. And the fact of the matter is that who's this guy? I think it's like what is it? Like Walters,
Yeah,
something Walters.
Walters. Yep.
Yeah, the fact that you could write a check for $10 billion is absolutely insane. I have to get close to the camera to that. That's crazy. $10 billion is a ridiculous amount of money.
It's
That
wild.
means that with ten
And you
billion
know that
dollars,
that is he's also paying the highest salary in MLB
yeah,
because he owns the Dodgers too.
yeah,
So
it's like
obviously money talks. Like they all they do is fucking win.
so. Wait, and that's another thing too. So how is this guy gonna come in knowing that we've seen what he's done with the what you call it with the Dodgers? They just came up a championship. So are you gonna give LeBron his fifth ring?
The only thing that I can say is that there's a couple of different restrictions with the NBA, but this
Yeah,
guy's gonna say I don't give a shit about the luxury tax. The luxury tax can eat me. That's it. Here's
yeah.
this cash because like I'm bringing in whatever players I want to bring in. I'm paying them as much as I want to pay them, and we're
Hmm.
winning now. So who do
This,
you go and get that is a free agent, or
yeah.
restricted or unrestricted free agent, and you bring them in, you sign them, and they sit next to LeBron and Luca, and we say,
Or you get a bench.
We'll give JJ Redick another shot. Hopefully, he doesn't fuck this one up. And who are you
You
bringing
need
in?
a
Who do you
you
want?
need a you need a guy that's gonna fit into that third option. Or maybe the second option. You need because Luca's a number one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's number one. Now, do you want LeBron to be the number two? Or do you want LeBron, if you really want to be nice, put LeBron at number three, get number two. But who's gonna be that number two is the question.
I don't know because you can't give up assets right now. It's all
You
about
can't.
cash. So you got to bring somebody in
And
that's a
and
free, unrestricted
preferably
free agent.
the second option probably should be a big man.
The person that I'd love for them to get, I
Yeah,
don't think they have a shot at it. You know who I'm talking about.
yeah. Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
is that fit is perfect for the
yeah.
both of
Because
them.
they need defense, and then if Giannis and fucking Luca and LeBron playing off ball is going to be ridiculous. But the
But then
the thing
you
is,
lose everything. Everything. You're shipping
well,
Austin Reeves, Rui, Dalton Connect, 14 fucking picks, and
well,
Cash.
the thing is that isn't Giannis a free agent?
I don't think so. I
He's
think
not a
he's a
free
free
agent. Oh,
agent
okay.
after this year. Then he has the option, the player
Okay.
option.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to trade for him, then you're losing a lot of like depth, and at this point, you can't afford to have the depth, which
Somebody
we
else
talked
that you
about it.
can go get that you were talking about a big guy, and this team is now. It seems from the outside that they're blowing it up. Go get Jaren Jackson Jr. Bring the defensive player of the year over to the Lakers and change his perspective on the world by working with LeBron, who's not going to you're not allowed to not be good. You have to have the right body, the right mindset. Look at what Luca did in 2 months working out with LeBron. LeBron said, "No more fat fuck. That's not
No
happening.
more, no more
You,
fun.
you have the mindset is that we need to win. We have to be healthy, and we need to get this done. I'm
Uh,
40 and I'm still here and running the show. I want you
yeah,
to run the show next. We need to be healthy. We need to have the right mindset. I think they get Jaren Jackson Jr. The only person you lose in the trade is Austin Reeves and a couple of picks, and you walk away with something that could change the franchise because he's young. He's not even
yeah,
what is he?
yeah. You need,
26.
yeah, you need a formidable, and I agree. Maybe Jaren Jackson might be that big man. And we'll see. I mean,
It's
I
just because
think
Memphis already gave away, or they trade away Bane, which I think was a horrible decision. They're
I
done.
think
I
my
think they're done. I think they're trading everybody.
so check this out. Check this out. So Walters is the owner of the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know who else is the owner of the Dodgers? Minor, but still a
Magic
owner.
Johnson.
Magic Johnson. So does Walters bring in Magic Johnson again? Well, not
He
again, but
likely
like
will have him in there as a consultant in some form or fashion. They
I feel
already
like
do business in on the other side, right? Why wouldn't you? It's almost
yeah.
a no-brainer.
And I mean, Magic is Magic, so I mean, why not? I think it's a perfect fit, and you're bringing in championship pedigree in. Well, you he'll bring in add value in that sense of bringing somebody in that might solidify the Lakers actually contending for a fifth championship.
I mean,
Well,
they also could go get Durant if you want.
I
Your
mean,
team might have your team might have no defense, but at least you'll have offense.
we see how that's working out with the Phoenix Suns right now. To be honest,
It's not.
all
It's not
fuck,
working. So
it's not working
he's
at
going
all.
somewhere, but I don't know. I'm just trying to
I
think
think,
of big guys that like could change the the rotation a little bit here because we have no big guys.
yeah,
We lost in the playoffs this year because it didn't have one guy that was 7 foot
no, yeah,
or
no,
even 6'11".
yeah. We need we need a real big man. So I don't know who's on the market for a big man. I don't know what big man is on the market, but do me a favor, Walters. You fucking chucked up $10 billion. Go get a fucking big man, please. For the love of God, I would love for LeBron to get a fifth ring. That's all I'm asking for. I want LeBron to win a fifth ring, so he could be up there with Kobe. That'd be nice in terms of rings. But
Let's see who are notable free agents in 2025 going into this summer that are bigs. You want Julius Randle? How about a reunion? No.
I mean, maybe, maybe. I'm a big Randall
You
hater,
could get
but
Nas Reed, 6 man of the year.
you can. But what else they got up here? Low key, I'm not gonna lie to you. Not really like a. I'm looking at this right now. It looks like Steven Adams is a fucking free agent. I mean, that will provide you with any what you want to call it offense, but like if you could develop Austin Reeves, who's shown that he's capable of being that like third option, you get Steven Adams. That's a lockdown center right there for sure.
he didn't just do an extension with the Rockets. I
What
thought
says
something came up. You could also
says
get
free?
Clint Capella from Atlanta. Does that change
You
it?
get Clint Capella might be a solid. You know, you just need somebody that's gonna play defense. Like you need somebody that's gonna guard the centers in the league. You don't really need offense to be honest. Like you have guys that could do offense. You have LeBron, you have Luka, Austin Reeves. You know what I mean? Like you
That's why I
have
said
guys that
Jaren Jackson Jr., bro. He was a
yeah.
defensive player of the year. And
Nah,
he's
I would
young, and now you tag him in with Luca. That changes the whole trajectory. If you can keep LeBron
yeah
around for a few more years, you can develop Austin Reeves. You can develop Dalton Connect.
yeah. Let me see. Let me see what's out here.
I don't know. I think that there are definitely going to be roster changes coming, and money is not going to be a problem. So
Yeah. Or honestly, depending on what Miles Turner does, it says that he's up for free agency. So let's see. Maybe he'll run it back with the Pacers, or maybe he'll come to the
I mean, my
Lakers.
man, my man has been in like trade talks for the whole time that he's been at the Pacers
Yeah.
for the last
So
however many, like
maybe
7, 8
maybe
years or whatever it's been.
yeah. So Mr. Walters, let's get the ball rolling with the championship roster. I think
I
you're
think
more
we
than
need to
able.
figure out what needs to happen before draft night. So like you
Yeah.
you have maybe 4 weeks to really figure out what the best next steps are going to be for this team. And you know
Yeah.
you need a big guy and you know you need bench. So
Correct.
big guy for me, at least for me, ideally I would say go get Jaren Jackson Jr., give up a couple of assets, a little bit of bag, go get him. It looks like Memphis is up with that. And for my six man, because I'm going to get bench. I'm gonna call up Utah. I'm gonna tell them we want a reunion with what's his name,
Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson, and say, hey
Yo,
man, come on down.
kinda-
We'll pay you,
we'll give you the
10 million
bag.
a year for
We'll give you
4 years. We'll give you a bag that you're not getting from Utah, and you want to be a winner or you want to win 12 games.
yeah. Um,
That light years changes everything for that roster.
it changes a lot. So do me a favor, Mr. Walters, make this happen. You know, we're giving you a lot of ideas, which kind of goes into our last segment of the session, elevated advice. We gave
Hmm.
Mr. Walters some elevated advice
We
about this
did.
Lakers championship roster. Now, Dougie, what is your advice for the home team?
Home team. We're gonna pull up CoStar. We're still waiting on the contract from
We're
them
we're waiting for the contract
so that
co-star
we can put our
John Hancock.
John Hancock on it. And today, your day at a glance is love is a practice.
Hmm.
It's not a given. Wow, that's pretty good. I really like that. Love is a practice. It's not a given. I think that love is tough, and it takes two people, it takes two partners to come together, or whatever people want to do out there in the world now. It takes a group of individuals, it takes two partners to really come together and be a unit and care about each other and get through the tough times and be a support system, love each other and push forward. It's definitely not given. It's not just here you go, that's it, like
Yeah,
end all be all. Even with family is tough. There's ups and downs, and it's all about continuing to get past those things and really looking towards the future of all the positive things that come out of it. And that's part of practice, right? I think that advice is a little bit different than the advice we gave to Walters, but I do appreciate the advice and that love is a practice and it's not given. That's pretty good.
yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, listen, man, love is, love is a roller coaster. I mean, some days is gonna be high, some days is gonna be low. I mean, you know it because you and Jan been together for
11
forever,
years.
forever. So like not every day you might wake up and it's like, all right, like it's not gonna be all peaches and roses. There's gonna be some tension. There's gonna be some arguments. There's gonna be some date. All that stuff. So you got to be able to kind of continuously go with the flow of what love, what how can I make this love strong and not just fabricated in a fantasy? You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's perfect for the home team. They need, just make sure you get real love out there, home team.
100%.
Uh, my co-star and slash elevated advice for the home team is acknowledge every thought that comes into your head. I mean, this is very much, for me being a very severe overthinker. It's it's okay to acknowledge the thoughts that come to your head. I mean, you don't want to bury your thoughts, because then, your thoughts when you start burying things, it just builds up a lot of like, kind of animosity, resentment, and all that stuff. You always want to look and see like, all right, like I have this thought, like, maybe say it out loud. Like I said, I'm in therapy, so I talk to my therapist about it. I mean, so definitely want to acknowledge all the thoughts that come to your head. Good, bad, whatever thoughts that come to your head. It's just good to acknowledge them. I'm not saying do them, but acknowledge that you're having these thoughts because maybe the thoughts that you're having are negative, and maybe there might be something more deeper lining that you need to fix. So yeah, definitely acknowledge your thoughts for sure. I don't think the saying goes, "There's no dumb question." I don't think there's no dumb thought. So that's my elevated advice for the home team. What about that? What do you think about that?
I think that that's good. Like, obviously, your our brains and the way that they work is like there's always something happening. There's
Yeah,
always thoughts going on. There's always you're trying to navigate different opinions and different options and different choices and all of that. Like everybody feels that weight, right? And
yeah,
acknowledging those thoughts and acknowledging that they might not be the best path forward, but knowing that they are a path and there's like an option to it is something that you just have to be open to. Like you
yeah,
gotta think through every piece of the puzzle to know and get the right help if you do need it, right? Like what you were mentioning, like don't leave that in the dust and then when it comes back you're boiled up and now you explode because you haven't really given those thoughts like the right focus.
yeah,
And I feel like all of us have that. We all know that there's a lot going on and there's this give and pull and it's all about us trying to better ourselves and speaking about things that you're thinking about is how you do that, right? Like
exactly.
you can't do it most of the time on your own. A lot of people
Yeah,
think you can do it on your own and that's not the case. Like you definitely need to acknowledge those thoughts but also speak to others about it. Like you said, you're in therapy or you're talking to your spouse or whatever the case may be, your partner, like make sure that you feel like there's open communication because those thoughts going to the wayside will definitely start to bubble up.
my own elevated advice: communication is key, but communication is only key when there's listening and understanding. So communication has two parts.
Snaps
Um,
to that. That was good.
that's
That was
the
good.
that was off the dome. I like
Love it. All right.
that.
Maybe we don't
uh,
need co-star at all.
nah,
We just need CJ.
no, we need co-star. We need co-star. We need
Co-star, we
co-star.
need you.
We
We're still
need, we need, we
shouting
need
you
you.
out, bro.
Home team. It's always a pleasure chatting with you guys. Dougie, same to you. So we are on YouTube every Thursdays at 6 p.m. Uh, yeah, Dougie, it's always a pleasure, like I just mentioned.
CJ, thank you
Um,
for the chat. I had a great session. Always great to talk to you, man. Like you said, we're on YouTube. we're about to we're making a big splash here in the socials coming up very soon. So keep an eye out for
So
that home team.
yeah.
And I will catch you on the flip side, brother.
All right, take care, Brody.